Ever wondered how to fly a drone? Today we're going to break down that process for you. Welcome to our comprehensive guide, where we will take you on a journey, introducing you to the fascinating world of drone flying. This video is designed to equip you with the necessary skills and knowledge to pilot these incredible machines. First, let's get to know what a drone is. Some may call it a quadcopter, others may refer to it as an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV for short. Regardless of the name, drones come in various shapes and sizes, each serving different purposes. Some drones are designed for photography and videography, some for racing, while others are built just for the sheer fun of flying. Throughout this guide, we will cover everything from getting started, understanding drone controls, performing a pre-flight checklist, taking off, and even some basic and advanced maneuvers. All these are geared towards helping you achieve a safe and enjoyable drone flying experience. Ready to take flight? Let's dive into the world of drones. Scene script. First things first, you need to understand your drone. To really get to grips with drone flying, it's crucial to know your drone inside and out. Think of it as a newborn pet. You need to learn its quirks, its strengths, and its limitations. And where do you find all this valuable information? That's right, in the drone's manual. The manual is your golden ticket to understanding how your drone operates. It's not just a boring booklet filled with technical jargon. It's a treasure trove of knowledge that can help you get the most out of your flying experience. So before you even think about taking your drone to the skies, spend some quality time getting to know it through its manual. Now let's take a virtual tour of your drone. Drones, or as the tech-savvy call them, quadcopters, have various parts, each serving a unique purpose. The core components include the motors, the propellers, the battery, the controller, and of course the main body, which houses the brains of the operation, the flight controller. The motors are what give your drone the thrust to lift off and move around. Propellers attached to the motors cut through the air, creating the lift necessary for flight. Then we have the battery, the life source of your drone. It powers all the components and determines how long your drone can stay airborne. Next is the controller. This is your command center from where you direct the drone's movements. It sends your commands to the flight controller that interprets them into actions. Last but not least, the main body of the drone. This is where the flight controller resides. It's the drone's brain, making sure everything works in harmony, so your drone flies as smoothly as a bird in flight. Understanding these components and how they work together is essential. It's like knowing the ingredients of a recipe. You need to know what each one does and how they interact to create a delicious dish. Remember, knowing your drone is the key to successful flying. When you understand your drone, you're not just flying. You're piloting with purpose, precision, and confidence. So study your drone, understand it, and you'll be well on your way to mastering the art of drone flying. Before taking off, there are a few things you need to check. Now, you may be eager to get your drone in the sky, but hold your horses. A pre-flight checklist is crucial to ensure a safe and successful flight. First off, check the battery levels of both your drone and remote controller. You certainly don't want your drone to fall out of the sky or lose control mid-flight due to low power. Next, inspect the propeller conditions. Look for any signs of wear and tear. Damaged propellers can affect the drone's balance and stability. Then ensure that your drone is getting a strong GPS signal. A weak or no GPS signal could lead to inaccurate flight paths or worse, a lost drone. Also, don't forget to check the surrounding environment. Make sure it's free from obstacles such as trees, power lines, and buildings. Lastly, make sure all the drone's systems are functioning correctly. This includes the camera, lights, and any additional equipment you might be using. Remember, a thorough pre-flight check can save you from many flying mishaps. So be patient and meticulous. It's all part of becoming a responsible and skilled drone pilot. Now that you're ready, it's time to lift off. Taking off with a drone is an exhilarating experience, one that is quite simple once you get the hang of it. Let's break it down. First, find a flat surface to launch from. This will help to ensure a balanced takeoff. Next, slowly increase the throttle. This is the control stick on your left. Push it gently upward and you'll feel the drone start to lift. But hold on, don't rush. Increasing the throttle too quickly can cause the drone to flip over. As your drone begins to rise, keep an eye on its balance. If it tilts to one side, use the right stick to correct its direction. This stick controls the drone's roll and pitch, allowing you to maintain a steady ascent. Remember, the key to a successful takeoff is patience and control. It's not about speed, but about understanding and responding to your drone's movements. With practice, taking off will become second nature. Flying a drone isn't just about taking off. Let's talk about some basic maneuvers. Once your drone is airborne, you'll want to get a feel for how it responds to your commands. The first and perhaps most important maneuver to master is hovering. This is your drone's default state when you're not giving it any input. It's a bit like treading water for a swimmer. To hover, gently push the throttle until the drone lifts off the ground, then adjust the throttle to maintain a steady altitude. Once you're comfortable with hovering, it's time to start moving in different directions. Pushing the right stick forward will move the drone forward. Pulling it back will reverse its course. Moving the stick to the left or right will make the drone strafe in those respective directions. Remember, it's all about gradual movements. You don't want to slam the stick in any direction. That's a recipe for a crash. Rotating your drone, also known as yaw control, is another fundamental maneuver. This is done using the left stick. Pushing it to the left will make the drone rotate counterclockwise, while pushing it to the right will make it rotate clockwise. This can be used for changing the direction your drone is facing or for taking panoramic shots. Now let's talk about speed. Controlling your drone's speed is crucial for smooth and stable flight. A sudden increase in speed can make the drone unstable, while a sudden decrease can cause it to stall. Practice maintaining a steady speed and gradually increasing or decreasing it. Remember, smooth and steady wins the race. Mastering these basic maneuvers is essential for any drone pilot. They lay the foundation for more advanced techniques and ensure your drone flying experience is safe and enjoyable. So, take your time, practice, and before you know it, you'll be piloting your drone like a pro. Ready to take your drone flying skills to the next level? Let's delve into some advanced techniques that can truly enhance your drone flying experience. First off, flying in patterns. This technique is not just about showing off your skills, but it's also about gaining a deeper understanding of your drone's controls. Let's start with a simple square pattern. Imagine a square in the sky and guide your drone to trace it. This requires a combination of moving forward, pausing, making a right turn, and repeating the process. Once you've mastered the square, challenge yourself with more complex shapes like a circle or a figure eight. Now let's talk about yaw control. This might sound a bit technical, but it's essentially about rotating your drone. For a beginner, it might be enough to have the drone move forward, backward, left and right. But for an advanced pilot like you, yaw control can add an exciting twist to your flight. By gently adjusting the left stick on your controller, you can make your drone rotate to the left or right without changing its position. This can be particularly handy when you want to capture panoramic views or follow a moving subject. Mastering these techniques isn't just about making your drone dance in the sky. It's about gaining complete control over your device and unlocking its full potential for exploration and creativity. Remember, it's not about speed, but precision and smoothness, and it's not about getting it right the first time, but about continuous learning and improvement. So don't be disheartened if you don't nail these techniques right away. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, and keep pushing your boundaries. With patience and practice, you'll be executing these advanced techniques in no time. That's a wrap on your beginner's guide to flying a drone. We've covered the basics, starting with how to get your drone off the ground and understanding the controls. Remember, the left stick controls the throttle and yaw, while the right stick manages the roll and pitch. We've also delved into the pre-flight checklist, a crucial step to ensure your drone is ready for a safe and successful flight. Don't forget to check your drone's battery, the weather conditions, and your surroundings before taking off. In our journey, we've learned basic maneuvers, from hovering in midair to flying in various directions and patterns. And for those ready for a challenge, we explored advanced techniques like using yaw control to rotate the drone and continuous flight. Above all, we've emphasized the importance of safety precautions. Always choose a safe flight location and respect all local regulations and laws. Remember, the sky's the limit when it comes to drone flying, so get out there and start practicing.